And hello, my fellow nerds. This is Oracle Nerd here, and welcome back once again to our Wonderland remastered Steam release. So in the last part, we got started on Arc 2. Well, actually, 2 episodes ago, we started on Arc 2, and we continued it in the last episode. We're continuing it this episode. We actually just got away from a giant eye monster, I guess, and now we're aboard the Kitty Cruise. The river is calm, smooth, and the boat cuts through the water like butter, slowly but steadily. Once it reaches the fork in the river, it turns left automatically, taking us further away from our cottage, the rabbit guards, and that hellish ocular creature. Genzou still looks nervous. I catch him throwing furtive glances from one side of the boat to the other. Try to relax a little, yeah? You look like you're about to have an aneurysm. For once, he doesn't say anything, instead just grunting and shuffling his feet. Scratching my bare arm, my still damp clothes cling to my skin, cold and heavy, and whenever a breeze rolls in, I feel myself shiver. We round the bend, now drifting dreamily past colorful scenery. Knolls of gold and green slope upwards and away from the riverbank, and red and purple trees stretch towards the orange sky. Decorating the ground are flowers of all shapes and sizes, cattails, tufts of white conweed, all of it seemingly untouched with no signs of life to disturb it. Across from me, Genzo looks like he's finally starting to relax. He's no longer shifting back and forth, and his face is more tired than strained. He slides his hat off and scratches his damp curls, then tugs it back over his head. It's not often I see Genzo so uncomfortable. To this day, I'm not sure if he doesn't get rattled easily or he's just good at hiding it. I turn my attention back to the wheel at the helm. It's creaking gently back and forth, keeping us centered in the middle of the waterway and continuing our journey upriver. It's calming. The gentle lull, the sound of the lapping water. I let my eyes flutter closed, taking advantage of the moment to release all the built-up tension in my shoulders. The current is likely to put me asleep before long. When I reopen my eyes, I see Genzo staring at me. I sit up a little straighter, suddenly self-conscious. What? He looks away, guilty almost, as though he'd been caught doing something he wasn't supposed to. Just didn't want to forget what you look like. I bite at the inside of my lip. Oh, I say simply. I see. As to me, though, that I'll gladly forget. I'm ugly as fuck. I mean, wow, I kinda wish I never found that out. um... Oh, whoops, I misclicked. That... There we go. That was weird. I don't know what that sound was. That was really weird. Don't say that. Don't say that. I say with a roll of my eyes. Hey, I'm just saying what everyone's been thinking all these years. No one's been thinking that. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. You'd be surprised what people were really thinking about you. What they'd say if they weren't afraid of people thinking they're jerks. Instead, I get underhanded comments from my mom like going a bit heavy on the snacks, are we? And my aunt's accidentally mailing me a sized pack of weight loss tea all the way from Japan. Well, I don't think that at least. Well, I don't think that at least. I cut in with a frown. You're my friend, Gen. And then softly, I like you just the way you are. As, as soon as the words leave my mouth, I feel a strange discomfort rise up from my bowels. I look away, suddenly very interested in the grain of the bench. It's not like it's not true. Genzo has always just been, well, Genzo. One of my closest friends. But somehow saying it out loud like that feels weird. And the same sensation in my chest from earlier is on the dock is back. Bubbles of not quite fear and not quite not. I feel Genzo's eyes on me. He's not saying anything. When I finally look up, I catch his gaze. He quickly turns away. He rose his face. Put puts his hand on his lap, clasps and unclasps his hands. He seems to be looking anywhere but at me. After a few moments of silence, he stands up with a grunt, wandering over to the railing. He, he gazes off into the trees. Damn, though, this whole thing sure brings back a fuck ton of memories. He turns back, half sitting in the railing, reaches for his pocket, pulling out his carton of cigarettes. It must take him a moment to find a dry one because he studies it for a moment. He brings one to his lips. One flick, two flicks, with three flicks of the lighter, the flame bursts to life. Soon he's puffing away, eyes staring vacantly at the side of the boat. There's something about that image. Can't believe he gets the railing like that. Smoke marbling off his head. Why is it so familiar? I close my eyes for a moment, and when I open them, it's darker and colder, and Genzou is looking about 12 years younger. He's dressed pretty sharp. Sleeves of his sport coat rolled up to his elbows, tie undone, hanging around his neck. He, he has he has his hair gelled up the way he always used to wear it after prom. That's what it'd been. He's half sitting against one of the bike racks just outside the cafeteria, night sky bright with the moon as he sneaks smoke. I can see him from the window inside, just sitting out there by himself. Push the glass door open with my elbow, then step out to join him. Thought you got lost or something. It's chilly without a coat, but somehow refreshing compared to the buildup of teen sweat permeating the gym. Hmm? He glances over at the sound of my voice and grins. Me? I'm never lost. Just taking a different route than everyone else. You should have seen Hooner at bingo. Lucky guy won an iPod shuffle. Gensel stretches his arms over his head. I'm holding out my luck for the raffle. Daddy's gonna win himself a Dell. Confident, are we? I laugh and take his neck to him. He holds out his water bottle with a little, hmm? No, no thanks. I'm not getting expelled with only a few months left. Shaw. He takes a sip. Now that I'm close, the smell is much stronger. The bottle had been full when he brought it in. Now there's only about a third left. You never get expelled. Everybody loves you. Me though, they jizz their pants to kick me out on my ass. A grin. Let the fuckers try, I say. He shakes his fist at some unknown entity in the sky. Oh, look at them. That's thumbnail. Okay, wait, that's not thumbnail. Hold up. Aww. He sits there, unmoving. See him gumming the end of a cigarette. Then a hiccup. He brings his arm to wipe at his nose. Maybe you really should put the bottle away for a while, I wince. Somebody's definitely gonna notice. You know, I'm really gonna miss you. Hmm? Mr. College Boy over here off to bigger and better places, getting your fancy schmancy degree. It's only an hour away, not like I'm leaving the planet. I try to laugh. Besides, I'll be back. A pause. You decide what you're doing yet? The little cigarette waggle. Maybe I'll go into bikes. Bikes? Yeah, you know, everybody loves bikes. So by association, everybody would love me. I'll be the most popular gent in town. By the time you come back, you'll need an appointment just to talk to me. A bird hoots softly from up amongst the branches overhead. Yeah, get my own little bike shop. That'd be nice. Now he's rubbing at his pant leg, again and again, as though trying to rub right through the fabric. He opens his mouth, closes it. When he pulls the cigarette away to let out the plume of smoke, I can see his fingers shaking. He finally says, "Can I tell you something?" I raise a brow. Of course. Then you can always tell me anything. His mouth twitches. He's really shaking now. I can feel it against my shoulder. Gen, what's wrong? You're acting super weird. But at that moment, the door pops open and Gidget comes running out, her blonde hair dancing behind her. Hey, opening up the bouncy castle! Come on, you have to go in on it with me. Her hand finds mine, and she's tugging me up and off the bike rack. All I can do is laugh. Okay. I don't expect Gizzo even as I'm being dragged inside. Come on again, bouncy castle. We pass by Orlin by the door, who's just watching us, shoulders hunched as he wrings his hands. Catch him throwing a look at Genzo before dashing after us, rat tail bouncing. Wait for me! I frown, but not in that memory. Back in the present. I hadn't thought about after prom in I don't know how long. It had been the last time the five of us had felt like a unit, our own little group. With honorary member Hooner, of course. After that, we'd all gone separate ways for a while. College, community college, vocational school, in Genzo's case. But even after we'd all eventually returned, it had never been quite the same. Though strangely, we all had returned. Bucks and Hooner had, despite Hooner being accepted into a PhD program on the East Coast. Gidget had, despite Lambrook being the last place you'd look for a modeling gig. Even I had, despite a few semi-tempting offers from startups in California. Almost like no matter what, something has always been drawing us back here. I glanced back at Genzo, who is now wandering the length of the boat, checking out the helm. He looks so short next to the big wheel that I almost laugh. Don't steer us into any icebergs, I say with a grin and push myself up to my feet. What do you think's controlling this thing? He muses, giving it a little flick with his hands. What do you think makes anything in this place do whatever it does? I gesture vaguely at our surroundings. Skittles. Definitely Skittles. I chuckle, hands in my pockets, and I let out a gaze. My gaze settle unfocused somewhere around the far trees. It's then that I see it. A sign. A small wooden sign perched up along the right-hand bank. The words Collector's Territory Ahead have been painted on it heavily in red strokes. That's, My gaze jumps from the water, which started to take on a yellowish hue. I take a step backwards. My tongue feels like a dry sock against the roof of my mouth. What's wrong? You don't like Skittles? We're approaching the next curve, drifting slowly and peacefully. But something about the air makes the hair on my arms stand up straight, and my fingers tingle with electricity. With a jaw, I grab Genzo's arm and drag him back to the benches. Close your eyes. I push him down before he can protest. What? Genzo's brows shoot for the sky high. I'm trying to press Genzo's palm against his eyes. Just do it. There's no time to explain. Close your eyes and don't open them until the boat stops. Promise me. Jesus, Iggs. First you act like I'm crazy for not trusting this thing, and now you go ballistic? Pick one and stick with it already. Just promise me, okay? Genzo waves his arm in disbelief and he closes his eyes all the same. Alright, I promise. Jesus. I watch him for a second, making absolutely sure that he has them closed for good. Then follow suit, folding forward and covering my eyes with my palms. Then I wait. Sitting there, elbows digging into my knees, toes curled inside my soggy sneakers, and sweat gathering in the crook of my neck. I can hear the water lapping against the side of the boat. I can feel the rhythm of the water wheel against my backside, a gentle swell pushing us forward. Calm. Quiet. I tune inside my cheek, sticky fingers and forehead damp. Waiting. Waiting. We must be past the curve now. A tickle of embarrassment starts to play in the back of my neck. What's wrong with me? Against my first not paying attention to anything he was saying. Then suddenly freaking out and making him play along. Jesus, okay, that music is louder than I thought it'd be. He must think I'm a complete idiot. Tendrils of shame work their way up my chest, making my face feel flushed and hot. My stomach feels like it's being tied in 50 different knots. So who am I kidding? He probably already thought I was an idiot. Or at the very least, a weirdo recluse with no social skills. He probably only talks to me because he's sorry for me. Pitiful. And now to do something like this? I should just look already. There's nothing there. At least then I can get this embarrassment over with. My cheeks, my neck, my back feel so hot with shame. He can never like me. My breath comes out shaky and feverish, leaving moisture on my wrists. I'm a disgrace. Just look already, you idiot. No. No. I've done this before. I've definitely done this before. I'm not going to let it happen again. I press my hands into my eyes hard enough to make them pound. In an instant of pain, the heat leaves. My chest unclenches. Coolness washes over my body, like a breath of fresh air. What the fuck? I wipe my damn forehead, but keep my eyes clamped shut. That was weird. I never had thoughts like that before. I ain't sure my self-esteem has never been the greatest, but nothing like that. It's this boat. It has to be. I rock my heels back and forth, lick my lips. There's still only a sound of water past the boat, the gentle rocking motion. Something brushes past my neck. The fuck? I sit straight up like a rod. What the fuck was that? There's something out there. Something's here in the boat with us. Shit. Another brush. This time against my side. I can feel the cloth of my shirt flutter against my skin. And that sound. I can hear it. It's breath. It crackles and pops mere inches from my ear. Almost like it's opening its mouth, opening its jaws, preparing to eat me whole. No. That's playing with my hair. I can feel it sifting through my curls, dancing across the surface of my scalp. It rises and squirms almost like a nest of snakes. Then lower. It curls beneath my chin. Lower. Sneaking under my collar of my shirt, brushing against my clavicle. Shit. I have to look. It's the only way to stop this. I brace myself, letting my hands slowly fall from my eyes. I go and jerk myself away with a renewed burst of concentration. The feeling disappears. No more strange caresses on my skin. No more brushes against my clothes. Fuck, that was close. Get a hold of yourself, Iggy. Don't you see what it's doing? I bite down on my lip, so hard that I can taste blood in my mouth. My body feels heavy and cold, like someone's draped a hefty blanket over my shoulders. My breath comes out ragged, as though I've just run a marathon. I curl my arms out around my midsection, rocking back and forth on top of my seat. Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. I clench my eyes even tighter, trying to ward off the feeling of dread crawling its way up my skin. Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. I can feel it in my arm, warm, throbbing heat wants to burst out of my veins. Merrily. My head swims. Life is but a dream. Open your eyes, Iggy, we made it. Genzou? His voice is soft and comforting. And despite myself, I feel my guard dropping. Come on, Iggy, let's go. It's just the two of us. But Genzou, we'll be together forever, Iggs, right? Only this time his voice sounds much younger. Fuck. I put my hand on my forehead, pressing against my eyes. This isn't real. I shake my head, take a deep breath, start humming anew. Why did you abandon me? Don't you like me anymore, Iggs? It's your fucking fault. Your fault I fell down those stairs. And now you won't even come visit me? That's not true. It's not true. I was all alone in that hospital. And then you wouldn't even help when I finally came back to school? I had to get fucking Orlin to help me with my stuff. I was busy. Busy? Or busy or scared? That's when the scream starts. Fuck. I clench my eyes even tighter. Scared of your best friend might want to. No. Bite down on my tongue so hard I can taste blood filling my mouth. Make it stop. And you're too scared now. Always too scared to help me when you really need to. When I really need you. Can't breathe. My head is pounding. Every nerve across my body is sending jolts of a panic straight to my brain. Make it stop. Iggy. Oh, we have no choice. Look, look, or look. Rather not look. I'd rather not. I'm just gonna sit here. What are you gonna do if I don't choose anything, huh? What are you gonna do to me? What if I don't do anything? gonna wait here for a while. Okay, yeah, nothing's happening, so it doesn't really matter which one I pick, so can't take it anymore. Or it chokes off and begins to crack my eyes open. Only for a sudden sensation to snap the spell. My muscles jumped, nearly sending me straight off my perch. Somebody's grabbed my wrist. Panic for a moment until I realize it's Genzou. The real Genzou. Not the one in my head. Upon this realization, I slam my eyes shut with just a glimmer of light begins peeking through the lashes. Fuck. Fuck. His grip is tight. It's so tight it's cutting off my circulation on my hand, but I don't care. Instead, I focus on it. That feeling of warmth, my safety net, keeping me grounded in reality. In the next moment, the boat hits something and comes to a sharp stop, nearly sending me to the floor. Sit there, listening. Are we there? It's quiet. It's a quiet, safe for the gentle lapping of the water beneath the boat. We're definitely not moving anymore. I chance it. Right. That's the first thing I notice. I had my eyes closed for so long that the orange daily seemed exceptionally bright. I blink against the glare, tears still streaking my cheeks in an attempt to survey my surroundings. We're at another dock, bobbing lazily in the water. My head shoots immediately to the side, looking for Genzo and needing to see him. He still hunkers down in the sea across from me, his eyes closed and features contorted. His fingers are still wrapped around my wrist, so tight that his knuckles are gone white. Genzo, I say softly at first. Then louder, he doesn't respond. Genzo! Still nothing. So I reach down and pry his fingers away. This finally does the trick. His eyes pop open in surprise and confusion. I can see beads of perspiration dappling his cheeks and forehead. It takes a moment to look around before finally honing on me. Oh, are we here? Seems like it. Boat stopped at least. I nod in the direction of the dock. Guess that means we should get off. Yeah, right. Sure. You okay? Oh, yeah, sure. He pulls at his collar and rises to his feet. Guess I just got a little, seasick there. We disembark the boat in silence, then stand on the dock, unmoving. Genzo's hand finds my shoulder, but he says nothing. He just stands there with his fingers curled into the fabric. I bring my own hand up to give his knuckles a squeeze. Come on, path seems to lead this way. I point past the end of the dock towards where a valley of dirt winds itself off and away from the river, bordered on either side by more trees. Yeah, but Genzo's voice lacks its usual vivacity. We start our trek from the river without another word, just the two of us, walking down a dreamlike path in a world of fantasy with no idea where to go, or what to expect next. I'm not sure how long we walk. 20, 30, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour? Time feels strange, almost as though it's not passing at all. Yet when I think back to the cottage or discovering that hole in the tree, it already feels like a lifetime ago. And strangely disconnected? I try to think about my apartment, about work, about the party. They all feel fake. Did any of that really happen? Of course it did. That's my life. That's me. I look down at my hands as though it might reveal an answer to some unspoken question. My mind drifts back to the voice in the tree. What do you want, Iggy? I glance over at Genzo, who has his hands in his pockets and his gaze pointed to his toes. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? I bring my hand up and run through my hair. I'll tell you. I'll tell you once you've gotten yourself hits and popped out 2.5 kids and wait with a white picket fence to corral them. How about that? Then we'll have ourselves a good laugh about it. I shake my head. Clear my thoughts. Sigh. All of a sudden, my footsteps change in timber. I glance down to see the dirt path that's given way to cobblestones. Oh? I stop for a moment, studying the new pavement. Did we did we find the yellow brick road? Though the foliage. Oh, whoops. Geza takes this opportunity to survey the landscape. Through the foliage veiling upcoming bend, I spy a spattering of bright colors, too bright for even otherworldly trees. There's something there. I expand the energy for a short jog, taking me around the trees in front until I can find only to describe it as a gigantic billboard. I stop, take it in. I feel my eyes go about 5 times larger. Jesus, Gizzo trots up to me, equally as stupefied. It's Gidget. only larger than life and wearing very little clothing. Lying on her side, head propped up in her hand, holding a martini glass in the other, she's winking at the camera. At us. Next to her are the words, "Come visit Wonderland's hottest goddess" in bright purple print. My jaw goes slack. That's a side of Gidget I've never seen before. Genzou's brows reach for the sky. You can say that again. Genzou cocks his head to look at me. He chews the inside of his cheek, saying nothing more. A gurgle of unease rises up in my bowels as I take in the image of the sign. My stomach twists. Think about her like this. I shake my head to say it makes me feel uncomfortable. Would be an understatement. I turn away from the billboard, looking instead further up ahead. It's bordered by other small placards that stick up and out of the ground like signposts. All of them sport Gage in some gorgeous dresses, some bright summer symbols, some in ridiculous get-ups that look like they come out straight out of a fantasy or a horror movie. I'm normally all for exploring your passion, but this feels a little excessive. She did all this here? No, she did it in her backyard. And so we make our way down the Gidget line path. Her smile follows us, sometimes sweet, sometimes sultry, sometimes downright sinful. I can't help but feel like every single one of them is aimed straight at me. 20 placards at the entrance to a small village. See this to the entrance to a small village. I survey the quaint white and dark wood cottages, the puffing chimneys, the curving cobblestone roads, and vine dappled walls. I remember this, though not quite as clear as the Kitty Cruise, more like an out of focus snapshot. And ice cream. Somehow I definitely remember eating ice cream here before. Could really go for a hot fudge sundae right about now. Gizmo scratches at his belly. Pushing the thoughts of sweets out of my head, I start down the main road. For once, we're not the only ones here. People are milling about, walking from building to building. But none of them so much as glance up as we look around. I round the next corner and stop. A crowd of people is gathered outside one of the more ornate-looking homes. It's a good 15, 20 of them, and though they whisper amongst themselves, occasionally their attention seems fixed on the door. You seen Miss Glamour Shots yet? Gizmo sidles up next to me. Not yet, but something tells me I'm about to. My stomach gurgles. I'm getting that feeling again. That feeling like I'm on the verge of entering deep shit territory. I bring a hand up to my belly with a wince. Good morning, darlings! I turn at the voices and see the door open. Gidget has her hands raised above her head to greet the crowd. The previous quiet gathering erupts into cheers and applause. The stinging feeling of my gut forms itself into a 2-ton boulder. Thank you so much for seeing me off today. And there's Shu. Can you believe it? The scouts here can't keep their eyes off me. She practically dances down the steps, the crowd parting to allow her room. Immediately, there's hands reaching out, thrusting papers and books for her to sign, trying to catch a passing touch of her arm or shoulder. We love you, Gidget. Marry me, Gidget. Gidget's mouth curls into an over-exaggerated frown as she walks through. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in quite a rush today. She pauses, then smiles with a wink. But I suppose 1 or 2 autographs wouldn't hurt. The crowd goes wild, fingers flinging their pens and photos of exposed skin at her even more vengeance. Me first, Gidget. I'm your #1 fan, Gidget. She turns towards the person standing nearest her, a teenage girl with a bouncy ponytail and decked out in pins, stickers, and accessories, all featuring Gidget's name or face. The girl wrings her hands in excitement as Gidget signs her name in the autograph book. Hey, Gidget! Only this time the calls out comes from next to me, and I turn to see Genzou with his hands cupped around his mouth. Gidget turns and stops, then beams. Guys! She barely has time to return the girl's autograph book before dashing towards us. You're here! I can't believe it! Could say something about you. We had no idea who we'd find down here. Up close, Gidget looks different, except I can't put my finger on how exactly. Only that her aura feels incredibly intense. You look, great, I finally manage. Gidget beams, then grows instantly shy. I mean, I have to, you know, keep up appearances. Who knew they'd love me down here? Gidget loses a finger behind his neck, quiet. You're, doing modeling gigs then? I asked somewhat attentively. Yeah, crazy, huh? She starts, then stops, gaze shooting into her watch. Oh crap, that reminds me, I'm already late for my next one. Come down with me? It's over by the pier in town. Afterwards we can grab some drinks in the inn. Catch up? I glance at Genzou, who glances at me. I shrug. Sure, why not? Because what else can I say? She grins. Amazing! Come on then, this way. Then she starts out on the road, not forgetting to throw a parting wave at the crowd still camped outside the door as she passes. Catch you all later! Genzou scratches his forehead and coughs. She seems strangely nonchalant about all this. Tell me about it. We, we walk after her. I can't help but notice the aura of the crowd go dark as we pass. One of the one of the older women even glances at me as I turn my head to look. Just keep walking, Genzou hisses. He steps between me and the crowd, one hand to my back to keep me moving. I don't need to be told twice, my pace quickening about half a step. Gidget leads us down the curved road and past a few more buildings that look just familiar enough to jog my memory. Past the next bend, the buildings open up to reveal a long cobblestone pier lined with small fishing boats. A team of photographers is already setting up their gear near the water. Beautiful, isn't it? Gidget turns back towards us. The perfect photo shoot. I'm actually surprised I haven't done one here yet. Color me shocked. Genzo squints as he takes in the scenery. Gidget burrows furrow for a moment. Then she returns to her cheery self. Feel free to look around during the shoot. I don't think it'll be that long. She takes one last look at us and then dashes off towards the crew. Please tell me I'm not the only one weirded out by this whole thing. Yeah, it's something else. Something fucked up? Why the hell is she down here playing dress up like it's some kind of game? Well, it is what she wanted. Yeah, and I want every day to be a $6 buffet night at the Steak and Bake, but you don't see me rushing to bend the rules of time to my will. I don't respond, instead biting down on my lip and watching the crew finish setting up. The shoot starts and Gijin is on fire. I've never seen her look so alive, so happy, having her absolute time of her life. I started a few shots with her back to the boats, then walking along the pier, sitting atop the railing, gazing out across the lake. But despite her constant smile, I can't stop feeling of unease clawing at my belly. Why is she here? How can she act like this is normal? No sooner has the thought entered my head than Gidget glances up. She beams, waving me over. I pause, unsure, point to myself, as though there could be anyone else she's pointing to. When she nods, I shuffle over awkwardly. She jumps down off the railing and approach. Join me for a shot. My voice cracks. Yeah, come on, just for fun. Her arm sneaks its way around mine, and I feel her tugging me towards the camera. Besides, who wouldn't want to shoot this handsome stud, huh? I throw a look at helplessness back in Genzo. His face is blank. Seems like I'm on my own then. I allow myself to be dragged towards the railing. They position us on the other side of the little blue sloop, a sail flapping gently in the breeze. I don't even have a chance to ask what I'm supposed to do before the camera starts snapping like crazy. How many pictures are they taking? 100 a minute? The first 500 or so are just gonna be me looking like a deer in headlights. Fortunately, Gidget knows what to do. She grabs my arm and pulls me close, taps my opposite shoulder to get me to spin around. I blanch at first, then smile when I realize it's her, and laugh. She gives me a playful shove, gets me moving, points towards an especially oblong cloud in the sky, getting me looking skyward. And all the while, the camera shoot. This is how it works then, huh? I hope that one or two of these thousand shots actually look decent. Kizzy laces her arm around mine, pulling me back in and plants a kiss on my cheek. I recoil instantly. Hot. My face feels hot. Almost like someone stung me with a poker. My stomach twists in discomfort. I grimace. Something Gidget doesn't miss. What's wrong? Her brow furrows. I, I shake my head. Nothing, sorry. My stomach did something weird for a second there. It's just not feeling super hot, I guess. Oh? Go take a rest then. I'm almost done here. Then we can head back. Yeah, right. I thought somewhat apologetically, and scoot out of view of the cameras. Once clear, my stomach slowly normalizes. I take off my glasses and give my face a few good rubs. You alright there? Genzo settles up next to me, face clouded with worry. You look like you're about to pass out. Fucking pale as a ghost. And I mean worse than usual. He presses the back of his hand on my cheek. Not sure if this will affect anything, but don't pull away. I'm fine, really. I shake my head, but don't pull away. Think everything's just starting to catch up with me. You wanna sit down or something? Genzo sweeps his gaze across the surroundings. Come on, there's a bench over there. Oh, sure. I certainly wouldn't mind sitting down. I just need a few minutes to collect myself. Slide my glasses back on my nose and followed Genzou towards the bench. Sitting down with a somewhat languid plop. Genzou follows suit beside me. I glance up to see this intensity Gidget watching us. Her face is strangely dark. I quickly lower my gaze, focusing instead on my hands. Quite the setup they got there, huh? Genzo muses as he watches over at the crew at work. I'm not really listening though. I got my eyes closed, just taking in the sound of the water, in time with my breath. It feels good to shut things out, even for a moment. You remember much of this place, Diggs? Hmm? I sit back up, open my eyes. Genzo's leaning back to look at the house beside us. Only kinda? Then, like, bits and pieces, I guess. We definitely went to that bakery more than once. He points towards a small, cozy-looking cottage up the street we came. I remember the little old lady there giving me extra cookies. Said it'd help me grow. Well, now we know that was a lie. A laugh. He keeps going, finger bobbing in the air as if pointing at something in his memory. Wait, I remember. Orlin got stuck on top of that wall and was so too scared to climb down. I see the wall he's pointing at, the one separating the trio of houses from a miniature garden out back. Weren't you the one who dared him to climb up that in the first place? That stupid fucker, I still can't believe he did it. Uh, I mean, to be fair, Genzo was kind of mean to him. That was pretty funny. I have to admit that was pretty funny. I bite down on my lip as a chuckle threatens to escape my throat. And those big eyes he had back then looked like a deer in headlights. Right? Spineless then, spineless now. What a wimp. But even as I'm laughing, I can feel the guilt curling up in my soggy clump of yarn in my stomach. Why is that funny? I can't remember it now, but becoming clearer the more I think about it. Orlin cowering atop the wall with his hands clutching at the rock, his knobby knees shaking, and all of us on the ground just laughing and calling out at him. I shake my head, returning to reality just in time to see the crew packing their things up. Gidget comes bouncing over at us. Iggy, we're done. She grabs my arm and pulls me to my feet. Come on, let's head back. They love me at the inn. They'll give us free drinks. Oh, sure, is all I can manage to say as she loops her arm around mine and begins dragging me back to the road. All I can do now is throw Genzo a look of helpless confusion, and I stumble to keep up. Jesus. Okay, I just hear the sound. It jump scares me every time. Drink up, boys. It's on the house. Alright. I think that's a good time for us to leave this video here for now. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!